Today we're going to talk about gathering information for our inquiry projects. And as I talked about a little bit in the presentation of this assignment, this is really a chance for you to find out something more about something that you already enjoy, maybe dig into something new, maybe a hobby, maybe something that you're fascinated by, maybe a career, maybe a sports team. All types of options are on the table. And so as we go through, we're going to be talking about, um, what ways am I going to find information for my project? In a lot of ways, this is the most real world type of research that we can possibly do. So this is the type of thing that I find myself doing maybe 2 or 3 times a week, depending on what I need to accomplish or what I want to do. Where I want to understand how to get good information that's going to let me get to that goal. So in in the most plain terms, let's say I'm considering switching car insurance, right? Where would I go to look at car insurance rates? Well, I'm probably not going to go, if I go to Allstate, for example. Um, Allstate's probably a good place to go if I'm looking at Allstate, right? And I can even get my personalized quote. I'm not going to fill this out because I don't want them to send me stuff for the rest of my life. But if you look at like get a quote, I know a lot of insurance companies are like, we'll show you the other quotes that are next to this, right? Why would I trust Allstate to tell me anything but their information, right? So yeah, if I'm seriously planning on switching insurers, I'm going to go through this process, but I'm also going to go to, let's see, who do I know off the top of my head? Geico, and I'm also going to go to, man, I'm going to get ads for these guys for forever. I'm also going to go to Farmers. I actually have Farmers, so. But why would I want to go to Farmers? Well, I want to remind myself all the information that I'm looking for, right? So, et cetera, et cetera. Obviously, I don't need to go to databases to look up car insurance. That's probably not a wise route, right? So we talk about going to databases all the time. Here's a database that I'm using for my own research for my doctorate class. But I don't need to do that for something as simple as car insurance, right? And I know car insurance is boring, but it's important. It's one of those important skills. We hear people complain about, nobody in school ever taught me how to do my taxes, right? How do you fill out your taxes? It's a pretty easy thing to look up on Google. But am I going to trust just the first place? Actually, I should, right? Because it's the US government. Um, but have you ever been to a government website? Their instructions are not going to be easy. They're actually probably going to be really confusing, and they're going to assume that you know a bunch of information, right? So as useful as this is, literally got all the information I want, right? Um, I might want to look at some other stuff. So here, this is the IRS again, our government giving you information, good things to know, right? No, I don't want to participate in any feedback. Um, and now I'm going to start being a little more scrupulous, right? Better money making habits from Bank of America. Well, it is a bank. It's a certified FDIC bank, which means it's a reliable bank to work with. Um, and so yeah, I'm probably going to get something out of this, right? Um, that this is probably going to um, help me understand a little bit about how to do your taxes. So I always scoff when people tell me that question because I say, well, it's really easy to Google. And if you learned anything about research from your English teachers, then you should be able to figure out how to fill out your taxes. But this stuff's boring, right? I don't want to do this. Instead, I want to learn something about French cuisine. I love to cook. My weight certainly justifies that statement. And I love French food. It's so amazing. I've been to Paris. I find myself an amateur chef. And it's just one of my favorite things to do is to cook, especially kind of learning a new complicated recipe is really fun for me. And so, where would I go to do that research? Well, if you guys remember from first semester, I have my French cooking Julia Child's books, which are fantastic and definitely a place that I could go to. Um, but let's go ahead and look online first. So I want to look at French um, recipes. Again, like super basic. I'm a big fan of Pinterest, so I might look this up on Pinterest, right? But if I just look at 30 classic French recipes, I actually kind of do this where, like, over the summer when I have some extra time, I try to make a new one. So, like, I made coq au vin last year. Oh my god, coq au vin is so fantastic. Um, but now I know how to make coq au vin, so I kind of want to look at some other things. Maybe I want to make some crepes. I am terrible at making crepes. Like they're very difficult for me to get down. But I have a crepe machine and I could do that. So this might be a really good one for me to focus on this year, especially because you can make them like sweet. You can make them savory. Here's the coq au vin that I told you about. Classic coq au vin. It's a chicken dish. Really delightful chicken dish. Um, Again, I want to take you through this whole process because this is what it is to go through and learn something about these. I don't think French fries counts. Um, I don't want a side either. I want a main dish. There's French onion soup, scallop potatoes. Oh my gosh. French toast. I don't think that counts as true French food. Maybe it does. I That'd be fantastic if I could make some donuts. Cocktails, not for you guys, for me. Um, oh, I wish they'd get to some entrees. Ooh, okay. So cheese souffle. Let's look at some cheese souffle. This is a very difficult dish. Souffles. And I know it says easy, but it's not. It's totally difficult. All right, so this is maybe a good place to start. So I have one source now, right? I can go back to this source. Um, it's pretty easy. I think I asked you to just copy the the link and paste that in your Word doc. But I'm probably not done there. I want to look at now. I want to look just for cheese souffles. So this is one of the things I like about um, this project is I can start to compare them, right? I'm going to open this one. Is it the best ever? I don't know. This is super good for you. Look at all that butter and cream. It's going to be delicious, though. Uh, all that cheese, fantastic. So let's see. That's a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 ingredients. This says 9 ingredients. So what's different? It doesn't have the Gruyere. Noticing that doesn't have my Dijon mustard or anything like that. So we're going to get different, these are different recipes for sure. Now I'm going to pull out my Julia Child's book, right? That's going to be my third source. I asked you to find 4 sources. I might, for the heck of it, um, try to find somebody who's written about it. Um, or, I know this is crazy. I might go online to YouTube and look for some cheese souffle recipes. We all love Gordon Ramsay. He's not gonna mess with us too much. So yeah, maybe I just want to use Gordon Ramsay's recipe, and watch him do it. Actually, a great idea, right? And so that's going to give me my 4 sources. If I look at that, that's going to give me a lot of options, right? It's going to help me understand something. And the thing that I like about watching somebody do a video with cooking, as you can really see, are there techniques that you need to use as you're making this new dish, and that's important if you're cooking. So again, as you're on this journey, as you're thinking about what do I need to find, it's going to be about the thing that you're looking at, right? If you want to know more about, I don't know, the 1982 Cardinals baseball season, then you're probably not going to the databases to find that information. You're probably going to sportscasters. You're probably trying to see videos from that season, right? You're probably looking in some different places that are appropriate to the task.